Hey guys! Today I want to show you our new visitor management system called obelixx. And since visitor management works quite differently from company to company, we try to make it as flexible as possible. That means that you can use it as a complete autonomous self-service station where the visitors just show up and they can get their visitor badge all by themselves. Or as it's done in most companies, you need an employee to welcome you. And that's how we also do it. So as you can see here, we have this entry situation where everybody can just walk in, but then this door is locked and I need somebody from staff to let me in. And there we are. This is the visitor management system based on our key tag and key cabinets. And the idea behind it is that the visitor shows up with a QR code to get his visitor badge out of the system. And we have thought of several ways to get the QR code to the visitor. And we're gonna show these 3 ways to you now. All right, let's start by looking at how to send your visitors a QR code upfront via email. But to do that, you use our cockpit software. And we've set it up like this, as you can see here, that on the left, you have a widget where you can post that you are expecting visitors to come, just to let your colleagues know that there are going to be people running around that they may not know. This is a nice way to let everybody know visitors are coming, and it's up to you what you write in there. Now, the middle widget here, that's where you actually type in the data of your visitors. So you fill out the name, the email address, and then our system allows you to create custom fields so you can put in the data that you need for your own compliance rules or your own procedures inside your company. And then here, if you want to keep things simple, you just put all your visitors in one user group. But you may have a more complex structure where you have several user groups for different types of visitors. And this allows you to select the user group that you want this visitor to be assigned to. And at the end, of course, you can define the validity of the QR code. So if you have somebody that's with you for the whole week, you can set the QR code validity up to work for 5 days. All these fields later will also be part of your reporting. So here you have all the freedom you want to create the reports and to generate the data that you need for your own purposes. Now on the right, we have a list of all the visitor badges, and it shows you which one of them are currently in use. So as you can see, we are numbering our visitor badges, and we have come all the way to 80 now. So we've lost the other 79 before. And now here, visitor badge 81 and 85 are actually in use. Now you can see here who is currently using them, and you can see the validity. Now, for whatever reason, if you want to deactivate a visitor badge, maybe it's lost, or maybe you want to stop the visitor from moving around in your building, it's just a click of a button, just hit the checkbox here, and now that person can't open any doors anymore. That's how simple it is. Well, if you don't want to type in all the user data yourself, or let's say you don't know all the user data, but you know there's maybe 5 guys showing up from this other company for a technical training, you can also just send these people a link, and they fill out the whole data on our web application and create the QR codes themselves, and they all end up in your database before they come. So that's also a neat way to have everything properly documented and to create a good experience for your visitors, that when they show up, it's all preset, it's all done. They can just present the QR code, take their badge, and there's no waiting line, there's no filling out of forms, none of that. All right, so let's move over to the obelixx system and check out how you check in when you arrive on site. All right, so let's say that you didn't get your QR code as a visitor up front, but you show up and you have to register right here. The way to do that is that you see our terminal here, and it generates a QR code that you simply, with your camera, read, and it takes you to a self-registration web application where you type in your data. And then once you hit submit and generate QR code, it generates the QR code right away in your browser on your phone, or it sends you an email that looks like this with a QR code, and it has a little manual down here to tell you how to use it. And now depending on how you want to do it in your company, you can just allow the visitors to present the QR code and receive the visitor badge, or you can have a multi-factor authentication where you need a member of staff to then on top of that show the badge to confirm that the visitor can really take the visitor badge or not. In this case, we've kept it simple. So all you do is you hold the QR code right there in front of the QR code reader, the cabinet opens, and the system grants you access to one of the visitor badges that come like this. Now, the idea behind these visitor badges is that they are based on taking and returning these key tags that have an RFID chip inside. So the minute you take this, that's the time you arrive, and the minute you put this back inside, that's the time you leave. And it's all documented electronically by the system, fully automatic. Now, most companies want some kind of clear identification of visitors, which is why we've chosen these lanyards, printed visitors on them. And as you put them around your neck, everybody can clearly see that you're an approved visitor in the company. Yeah, and the beauty of these key tags is that they make our system really compatible to anything that you already have installed in your company. So let's say you have an existing access control system, simply attach the badge that works with your access control system to a key tag, and that's all you need to do to integrate our visitor management with your access control. Now, once you're done, you come back, and now you can just place your key tag to return it, or you can get your QR code out again and identify that way. Doesn't matter. If you use the key tag, you do it like this. It opens, shows you where to return your key tag, and you're done. You're ready to go. Now, if you forgot to do that, the system offers you a couple of features, such as a deadline for each day. So let's say you want every visitor out of the company building by 5 o'clock. You can set up the system to pay attention to that, and if somebody has not returned their visitor badge by 5 o'clock, you have their email address because of the registration, and you can send them notifications. You can send notifications to admins, down to the visitor that hasn't returned the badge. So it offers quite nice additional features to control that all the visitor management is done right in your company. Thanks for your attention.